Alright, this is an exciting day. Our first video blog on the Gen Toohey blog, and I'm really excited to have two of the cast members from Legally Blonde here with us today. You know, Legally Blonde at Playhouse Square right now through the 23rd. This is Becky. She plays Elle Woods. I didn't even ask your last name, Becky. What is your last name?
Gulsvig.
Becky Gulsvig?
Gulsvig.
Gulsvig. Yes. And Becky, tell us how you got involved with the show. You were the understudy, right, in the Broadway show?
Yep. And I've been involved with Legally Blonde since the spring of 2006. I did the original workshop, which was a month long, when they were still trying to, you know, organize everything to make the Broadway show.
Oh, wow.
So it's been a while for me.
So you're really familiar with the script and everything,
I'm really familiar with the script.
Did you watch the movie? Like, do you take, when you play this character, do you take anything from Reese Witherspoon, like, and her character she played in the movie, or is it completely, like, a separate thing for you?
Well, I'm definitely, excuse me, I'm definitely inspired by her performance, but I don't steal things from her, you know, I mean,
okay.
You know, there are similarities even in what we say, so obviously you're going to see shadows of.
Right.
But I definitely try to bring most of myself to it.
Okay. And for people that maybe, would you recommend people should see that movie before they see this show, or you think it's irrelevant? I mean, obviously there's a musical element to the show that's not in the movie.
Yeah.
How much is that related?
I think you're fine either way. You will completely understand what's going on if you haven't seen the movie. And if you've seen the movie and you liked it, you're going to like the show.
I loved it. It's a great storyline, and I bet you just have a ton of fun doing it.
It's a lot of fun.
Okay, now there is one character you work with on the show that's not a human.
Yeah.
Right? Bruiser. If you saw him, you know who Bruiser is. He's a little dog, right? When they do the stage show, Bruiser, you guys have a dog that comes on with you.
Yep.
And now we have the dog here.
Yes.
His name's Frankie, right?
Yes.
That's his real name, but his character name's Bruiser. Bruiser is a rescue dog, right?
He is. We actually have 4 dogs that travel with us. We have Frankie and his understudy, Roxy.
How cute is it that they have an understudy for the dogs?
Yeah, you never know.
So what are some of the fears maybe you might have going on stage with a live animal like this? I mean, in preparation and training and all that stuff, do you ever get nervous that he's going to screw up? Or?
Well, I try not to get nervous because they're very sensitive to your emotions, and they actually pick up on it.
Okay.
So the calmer I am, the calmer he is. But I have to admit, you know, the first time that he went out in front of an audience on his own with no leash or anything to bark, I was anxious, shall we say. You know.
How much time did you put into training him to get ready for the show?
Well, he was rescued spring of this year.
Okay.
So, and Bill Berloni is his owner and trainer, and there are also 2 bulldogs in the show, and Bill is the owner and trainer of those dogs, and he actually trained the very first Sandy for the very first, for like 30 some years ago. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And he rescued that dog because they wanted some sort of nondescript looking scruffy dog, and you know
they wouldn't pay for it.
They wouldn't,
went to the pound
and paid $7, which he didn't actually have, and had to borrow money from his roommate.
So you know you're working with good people then.
Great people.
So wait, real quick, I know we're gonna have Bruiser do some tricks for us on camera. What happens when the show is over to this guy?
Well, look, for instance, the Broadway show unfortunately closed in October.
Right.
The main dog, Chico, went to Bill's farm in Connecticut.
Okay, so Bill takes care of it.
And then the understudy, Boo, went to Orphe, who played Paulette. She just fell in love with him and loved him the whole run, and now she has him.
Becky, I would think that if I were working with the dog, I'd want to take him home after the run of the show, too.
Awesome. It's hard because if Legally Blonde has a regional life, I mean, obviously these guys will be on tour for a while.
Sure.
But if, you know, like they do Wizard of Oz all over the place and they use Bill's dogs, so, you know, there's Ashley, who's, 17? A little Toto that is very, very old, but she's been doing the show for years. I mean, she's not doing it anymore now, but, you know, they really work because they like to do it.
Of course.
They're fun. But eventually they can get adopted out.
I think that's amazing. I think it's amazing the way they can train these animals to do this kind of stuff. You willing to show us some of the stuff you do?
Is an action that's evil in itself. Assault, murder, white shoes after Labor Day. Go to your bed. Good boy.
Yay! Good job. I want to clap for him after all his tricks. Does he get freaked out when the audience claps on stage for him? Because I'm sure he gets a big reaction.
He looks that
he's curious. Right. And like one one night there were full-out screams for his entrance.
I'm sure. How could you
but he
not?
was all in love with him.
Yeah, he was all
Yeah.
Becky. And get Becky. Come on, Becky. Good boy. Good boy.
Yay!
And then he waves.
And then he waves goodbye.
And then he
Good boy.
licks Becky a lot.
Oh.
She does a little dance and
He
yeah.
does.
You guys have a great relationship. Well, this is really cool. I think it's really neat to see behind the scenes because you go see these shows at Playhouse Square sometimes and you wonder how do they get that dog to do that, or how do they get the characters to do certain things working with the animals. So thank you so much for taking the time to kind of give us a little taste today.
Absolutely.
Now you gotta go see the show, Legally Blonde. It's at Playhouse Square. You can check out their website. It's playhousesquare.com. Obviously, you can go to the Q-Tips page on Q104.com, and it's running through the 23rd. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, Bruiser.
Bye.